Hey friends, Mike Darren. I want to do kind of a nerdy deep dive here into some numbers real quick that I hope will kind of paint a picture that might be, I'm guessing, going to be a little bit different than what you're reading and hearing about out there in the media. So we're going to look at the home sales market. Specifically, we're going to do a little bit of a quick deep dive into the 32804 zip code, which is College Park, my neighborhood here in Orlando. And then we'll zoom out and kind of see what's going on with the larger Central Florida area because there's some interesting stuff to see here. So first of all, I'm starting with closed sales. This chart is, we're down here, Q2, end of Q2 2025. We're about wrapping up Q3, but last data point here, Q2 of 2025, going all the way back to 2020. So we all know what was going on here. This was the COVID bump. Home sales kind of went up unexpected. A lot of people didn't expect it, and then they came back down. Okay, things kind of settled back down. But what's interesting here, despite what we're hearing in the media, again, here in College Park, and these are all the single family homes in all price ranges in College Park. So I'm not including townhouses and condos, but just to give you a representation of what we're talking about here. You're seeing that the market dating back to a year ago, okay, in 2024, dipped a little bit. And this is, again, the demand side. These are the number of closed sales. It's been trending up, okay? Home sales here in College Park have been trending up the past year. You wouldn't, and that's a number of deals, okay? You wouldn't know that if you heard it. So this is the demand side of the equation. If we come in here and say, okay, let's look at active inventory. How has that behaved? Same time frame, going back to 2020. Okay, kind of bounces around as you expect, kind of some seasonality going on here. Boom, you see what's going on here? We are seeing inventory increase. That's the supply side of the equation. So the interesting story here to talk about here, the number of buyers out there, the number of deals that are getting closed has not dropped off. If anything, it's slightly increased, okay, past year or so. But the number of homes available has increased as well. So what that tells us is that the demand has stayed steady, if not increased slightly. The supply side has gone up somewhat significantly, okay? And so the story there is, if you're a home seller, there's still buyers out there for your house, and buyers are still paying a good price for your home if it stands out. If it sits out on the market, if it's not priced right, if it's not marketed, if you're not getting good traffic through there, then all of a sudden you start to your property starts to be pushed into this other segment of the market right now of all the overpriced homes, and all of a sudden buyer interest falls off dramatically. They're not interested. When it first hits, if it's priced right, it's marketed well, it's staged, we're doing all the things we're supposed to do with it, you'll still see multiple offers right now. You'll still see strong demand because the buyers are still out there. Okay, the demand level hasn't changed. It's just you've got more competition. So you've got to do everything the right way to stand out from it. So let's zoom out and see what's going on in the Orlando MSA, Orlando metro area as a whole, because that gets a little more interesting. We're going to go to, let's see, closed sales, going back to the past 5 years. Boom. Okay, there you're seeing a little bit more of a different, a little different story. This probably makes for a better headline. Okay, that we were up here again. There was a significant bump during COVID back here in 2020. People started buying houses. They thought they wanted more space. They wanted to get away from their family. They wanted a pool, all this stuff. And then we've kind of settled in. But even this has still stayed. It's bounced around fairly flat these past few years. Not the drop off that the media would have you believe. But now if we look at active inventory, again, in the larger metro area, boom, see what's going on here? Similar to what we're seeing in College Park. This is a larger area. This is a more general look because you have properties in different neighborhoods, different price points, different features, ages of homes, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot to be had here from when you kind of dig into these numbers and really understand what's going on. Let's look at Orlando's median day time to contract. How long it's taking properties to go under contract on median across the, so that's trending up. That's trending up. So the story here, previously we were looking at the College Park neighborhood, 32804. It's a downtown neighborhood. It's a fairly tight community with there's been a lot of demand for that neighborhood for a long time. And so properties, again, that are priced properly, there's a lot of people looking for them. They get snatched up pretty quickly. When you start looking at Orlando as a whole, and you take in all the different nuances, all the different areas, locations, newer communities, older communities, you're definitely seeing a trend up in the days on market. But again, this is median. There's still, median days on market, it reached a peak of 48 back in the first quarter of this year, 48 days ago under contract. Again, it's not doom and gloom. It's not terrible. Now you have homes again that are sitting on the market for a long time. I would argue something's not being done properly as far as how they're pricing them, how they're being marketed, etc. So anyway, hope you enjoy this. I might do more of this if anyone, depending on kind of feedback I get. I love this stuff, and we'll so let me know if you have some questions on this, or you want me to study a particular market area, or kind of go down a nerdy rabbit hole with you. I'd love to entertain it. All right, hope you all are good. Bye.